And we're back with another instant reaction. I'm super excited for this one. I know my man Dustin has gotten to participate in these like random viewings on Monday. You know, he goes to Regal up in Knoxville. I go to AMC down here in Tallahassee. And, you know, we saw like for down here, it was called Scream Unseen. Go get to see a random horror movie early. And what do they have a specific name for Regal up there?
Yeah, it's just called Mystery Monday, and it's like it's Regals across the country too. It's not just here, but it's just called Mystery Monday. They don't even tell you the genre. So I've seen a few horror movies. You know, I saw Talk to Me as part of that. I saw the movie Sting as part of that. Um, and I've also seen some other, like the last one I went to was September 5th or September 5, um, which is a really good drama about the Olympics, terrorists at the Olympics back in the day. But yeah, so I had no idea what genre this was. But when you said yours is Scream Unseen, I was like, okay, please God, let this work out to where they show the same movie so we could do this. And luckily they did.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do an instant reaction if we watched two different movies tonight. But
Yeah.
anywho, I had my fingers crossed. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be Companion, just because AMC for some reason wants to show you a movie early the same week it's going to release. But I'm not mad because I wanted to see Companion ever since I saw that first initial trailer. Uh, I'll just get into my quick thoughts. First off, I was
Well,
excited that
hang,
this was the
hang,
movie.
yeah, hang on. Let me speak on that just a second. So
Oh boy.
I didn't think it was going to be Companion because Regal, every time I've went to one of these, and I've went to, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe a dozen Regal Unlimiteds over the past couple of years. And they do them once a month. But it's never been a movie that comes out this soon. Like I saw Talk to Me a full, I think it was 8 weeks before it released. I saw September 5th or September 5. I'm not sure how to say that because it's literally September 5, but you don't say September 5 when you say it. I don't know. Anyway, I saw that a month before it came out. I saw Sting like 6 weeks before it came out. So I didn't think it was going to be Companion. And I had you. I was like, I told you. I said, text me when yours start. Like, let me know what yours is, and I'll do the same. And your movie started like maybe 30 seconds or a minute before mine. And you said it's Companion. I was like, okay. And then the production company credits rolled, and I still didn't know. And I was expecting the song from the trailer. So when I didn't hear that, I was like, oh, I don't think mine's Companion. And then, oh, they got me. It was. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't remember the production companies either. Then I saw the beautiful Sophie Thatcher appear on my screen. I was like, fuck yes, Companion. But anywho, trailer, it got me. Like this, I only saw the one trailer, the first one. I didn't see the second one. I heard that second one kind of gave away some big spoilers. So I
Mm-hmm.
went into this one as little, as least knowledgeable as possible because I'm glad I didn't have anything spoiled. But anywho, I was hooked from the opening, like the first time I saw the trailer. Just, you know, she's handcuffed to the chair. You know, you got Jack Quaid as well. Jack Quaid, low-key, has been in a lot of movies recently. He's going to be in a lot of movies this year, it looks like, as well. But he's like, she's handcuffed. She's got her hand over a candle. It's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm invested. Just general thoughts. I had fun with it. Is it the best horror movie I've ever seen? No, but I thought it made me laugh a lot. Like, I laughed quite a few times. It cracked my ass up quite a bit. But just general thoughts. I had fun with it. What about you, Dustin?
Yeah, no, it was fun. I that trailer, that second trailer that you're talking about, that's one of my huge negatives. So I don't want to. I'll get into the negatives, but man, that trailer just took some of the fun. I agree. That's not the best movie I've ever seen. The story outside of the twist itself is pretty basic, but it's a lot of fun. I think the well, we'll get into pros and cons, so I'll save it. But yeah, it was fun.
Oh yeah, and another thing that is, I will just jump into our pros. One of my first pros, just right off rip, is the producer Zach Krager. You know, he was a director and writer of one of my favorite horror movies of 2022, Barbarian. I just like Zach Krager. I think he's a good mind in horror, and I'm excited to see what he's got cooking in the future. I know he's going to be the Resident Evil guy. I don't know how I feel about that, just because I haven't seen any of those movies, but hopefully they're good. I'll support him. Sophie Thatcher, I thought she was great. I don't know what it is about Sophie Thatcher, but she has just like a look, a presence on screen that just it captivates me. Like she just has a face that can just she's really good at facial acting, emotional acting,
Her
and
eyes,
her
her
eyes, her
eyes.
lips, just I don't know. And I'm not trying to be weird about that, but like I noticed that in Heretic, like the facial acting, the way she moves her eyes and all that. I don't know. She's just a very good actress, and I'm gonna keep. I need to watch Yellow Jackets too. I know she's in that. I might watch that just for her. But I'm a big fan of Sophie Thatcher. I thought she gave a great performance. I thought everyone did. Jack Quaid, he was funny, cracked me up.
Hmm.
He just knows how to play like the shitty boyfriend. Like I thought he was really good in Scream 5 as well. Like he did. I thought he did great in that. All
He
the
was in
other
that
acting
with
as well.
he was in that with David Spade, David Arquette, of course. I almost said David Spade. What's wrong with me?
He was in that with David Arquette. And shout out to Lucas Gage as well. Man is bouncing around doing some things recently. He was in You season 4. It sucked, but he was in it. Good for him. He was in Smile 2 recently. You know, we're going to be reviewing that movie in a couple weeks. But me and, Dustin did an instant reaction on that. I think Lucas Gage is a good actor. Like he's a nice supporting actor. Like I think he can I think he's got the chops to take a leading role eventually. Like he's
Yep.
really good. The set pieces I liked. The violence was low key very good as well too. Like the gore, the violence. I thought that was very good as well. And and the things it touched on very relevant. AI, robots, love, not treating your companion with love and respect, just using them as an item. I thought it had a very relevant message as well. What do you think?
Yeah, of course, the acting was great. I agree with Sophie Thatcher. She reminds me of Thaisa Farmiga as far as her facial and nonverbal acting, like how she captivates uh, the attention. So I definitely agree with you there.
It's the
Jack
eyes,
Quaid,
man, because
yeah,
Thaisa's eyes do that to me. Like I don't know,
yeah,
they suck you
they,
in.
they're entrancing. Yeah,
Hmm.
Jack Quaid was funny. Like he was funny, and it wasn't like forced humor. Like all the comedy felt like this is just this would really happen. This is how someone really react. This is a naturally occurring funny moment. Um, I thought that Sergey was hilarious too.
He was.
Um, Rupert Friend. So I thought that was good. A huge pro for me was towards the end of the movie. We haven't said it yet, but you want to do spoiler free, like relatively spoiler free, since it's
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
released yet,
yeah. It's fine.
technically. All right. I mean, basically, if you've seen that second trailer, you know how it's spoiled for you anyway. But anyway, um, huge pro for me was towards the end of the movie. Someone shows up on screen, and I was like, "Hey, I know him. I follow him on TikTok, and I'm gonna give him a shout out." Matt McCarthy. He's got a small role in this movie, but he's McCarthy Redhead on TikTok. He's a VHS tape collector, and he just like buys VHS tapes, home videos from garage sales and estate sales, and he shows them on his TikTok. And he's funny. He's a wrestling fan. He's also an actor, and I don't know why, but I really like seeing him on screen because I support him through TikTok. He's one of my favorite follows, so I just want to give him a shout out. I thought that Megan Surrey was good as Kat. Um, she seemed like that materialistic girl that it's easy. It's an easy character decision to be like, oh, don't take it personally. She doesn't like anyone. She hates everyone. But Megan Surrey really conveyed that, like she really didn't like Iris, and she really was just this materialistic, shallow person. Harvey Guillen was funny as Eli. Shout out to him as well. I just think that a lot of my pros in this was just how the comedy was written.
Yeah,
I do think that this was more of a comedy than a horror. We got plenty of blood. There's no shortage of blood, but it's definitely more of a comedy, and I'm okay with that. I had a lot of fun with the movie. You mentioned how a lot of the themes are relevant. I agree. The AI, um, the technology aspect of it, and I like how they didn't establish what year this takes place in. You had self-driving cars that are paired to phones, but everyone's dressed pretty much how we dress now, so it's like it's in the not too distant future. I think that was good, but it also doesn't date the movie. Like, sometimes you see a movie say, "Oh, this takes place in 2030," and it's like, well, now it's almost 2030, and we're nowhere near where we're getting in this movie. So what are you talking about?
yeah.
They didn't paint themselves into that corner in this movie, which I think is good as well.
Well, I mean, IMDb's first description of the movie is dark comedy, and I would agree with that. Like it
Yeah.
is a dark comedy. What are qualms? What qualms do I really have besides just I don't know. Shit just was kind of convenient. Like all you
Yeah.
had to do was just hit a few buttons and shit happened. I don't want to spoil anything, but just leave it at that. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, can you? Is it believable? Like these robot? Fuck. All right, maybe some minor spoilers here, but like
Go
they're
ahead. Go ahead
robot.
and say what you want to say because the second trailer, you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure what you're going to say is spoiled in that second trailer, which is I'm going to touch on my cons anyway. So go ahead.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna say it. Like they're robots, but they have feelings. Like I know. I'm sure they're going for a deeper message. Like in reality, we treat people like robots, but they have feelings. Like the people do that for like work all the time. Like like this company doesn't care about you. You're just a number. You're just a robot to them. Blah blah blah. Kind of did that with like the relationships and all that. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, can they really, robots really have feelings? I mean, I don't know. I'm really just being nitpicky because I really did have a good time with the movie. Like, it, this isn't a movie I want to just take too seriously, really, either. But what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that second trailer?
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
watch it after this.
I think they did a good job at covering their tracks there by, when she said, no, I felt that. I feel this and I feel blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, it's just code. And to someone like me who isn't well versed in coding, I don't know what's possible in code. Like I guess it's possible to convince artificial intelligence that it is real and that it is feeling these things that it's not. It's just programmed responses. But the first trailer just shows them sitting at the dinner table, and she's chained up. You see that, but then you see that her arm's on fire, but she's not really responding. She's just looking at it silently, and a tear rolls down her cheek, and that's pretty much all they give you in the first trailer. That's enough for me. That
Mm-hmm.
is enough for me. I was already interested. Like, oh, that's Jack Quaid. I know him. That's Sophie Thatcher. I know her. What's going on? Why is she on fire? I'm going to see this movie based off that. The second trailer tells you that she's a robot.
Damn.
Why? Why? Because the writing in this movie, the first act, it was done so well. Like they basically say she's a robot without saying it. Like when he's like when he says "Wake up, Iris," and when they're in the car and she wakes up, when uh, she's like, "I just want you to be happy," blah blah. Blah. The way that Kat talks to her when they're sitting on the couch and she's like, "Oh yeah, he does. We have sex whenever he wants." Oh look, who I'm talking to. It's like they plant enough seeds to where if you didn't know she's a robot, and that would be like, "Oh, that's a weird thing to say," but then the twist would be so much more meaningful. But I already knew it. They ruined it.
Yeah, it
Um,
sucks.
the story outside of the fact that she's a robot, the actual plot of the movie is very basic. It's I'm not going to spoil it, but it's something you've seen before. It's like people have a plan, the plan goes awry, and what you think's going to happen happens. Like that's pretty much it. So that is a con because it's a very basic surface level story that we've seen before. It's not that creative outside of that twist, which is creative, but they make up for it in the humor and the way that the movie's written. So, and like you said, it's not meant to be taken so seriously, so you can just have fun with it. And I think it is. They did a good job of not making that matter.
That what we're talking about right now is exactly how I feel about our movie review this week, Abigail. They revealed the big twist in the trailer, but is it a little frustrating? Yeah, but the movie is so fun. Like I really just don't care. Like
Yeah,
after a certain point because the cast is so fun, the kills are good, the humor is there. That's like exactly how I feel about Abigail. I don't know if you feel the same, but it's like I don't give a shit that they revealed the little girl was a vampire anymore. It's like
yeah,
those are fucking onions, Sammy. Like
yeah,
I laughed at that. Like and then like Jack Quaid like out of nowhere just fucking busts a nut on screen. You don't see it, but like man, listen, it lets a roar of an O scream out, and it caught me off guard. I laughed a lot during the movie. I really appreciated the humor. It cracked me up a lot.
Well, see, even there, that's another way that they planted to see. Like they didn't have to tell us in the trailer that she's a robot because after that scene. So this is going to spoil a little bit, but it's not meaningful to the story. So you can either close your ears for 20 seconds or just power through. But after they, make coitus, as you say a lot, She's like talking to him, saying, "I just want you to be happy," blah blah blah, and he goes, "Go to sleep, Iris." And she doesn't say another word. And then it cuts
Hmm.
to the next morning, and she's awake and everything. So that would have been like, oh, that's why she didn't say anything else. Women aren't like that. You say just
Hmm.
go to sleep when they're wanting to talk, they're going to talk. So
Yeah.
that would have made that more of like a revelation. Whereas I already knew she's a robot, so yeah, go to sleep, Iris. You just put her to sleep, powered her down. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm so
And
glad
as
that I
far as
didn't see that second trailer because I
I
just took
wish I
that
had.
as I just took that as she stopped talking because she was just fed up with how he was treating her. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you get to go to give and start. All right, you want me to be quiet? I'll just be quiet. Fuck you.
yeah.
Like that's how I kind of
See,
took it because I didn't know.
I'm envious that you got to experience that. And I don't seek out trailers. If I see a trailer while I'm scrolling social media, I don't click play on it. But I go to see a lot of movies in the theater. I mean, I saw over 60 last year, and I've seen I don't know, I can't remember. I think like 10 this year already in January. So I obviously see trailers when I go to the movie theater, and most of the time when they're playing, I just scroll on my phone. I try to like, not pay attention to it. But I saw a companion, and I was like, I've already seen the trailer, so yeah, I'll watch this one. It was a different trailer, and it was ruined for it irritates me.
Yeah, there's no need for it. Anywho, I'm good. I'm at a good stopping point here for companion because I don't want to. It's kind of hard to talk about this movie and not like dive into more spoilers. But I
Right.
enjoyed it. I quite liked it a lot. If we ever do another sci-fi month, which I'm sure we will, this will be in the contention to be picked. I'm definitely going to pick it just because I have fun with it, and I'm a big Sophie Thatcher fan. Like I just like my pick is Heretic in a couple weeks. I thought she was fantastic in that. I'm just a big Sophie Thatcher fan, so. What's your final thoughts, Dustin?
Yeah, my final thoughts. I mean, I think if you take one thing away from this relatively spoiler-free reaction is that we both recommend you go see it. Um, it reminded me a lot of a movie that I texted you about called Robots. It's from Neon, and Shailene Woodley's in, who I love. It's a similar premise to that. So even the idea of a sentient robot is not that groundbreaking. But I thought this was a fun movie. And my final thought, I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd, so 4 out of 5. So there you go. But my final thought is that I am thankful that Regal showed it tonight because I was going to have to try to figure out a way to go see this on Thursday when I'm leaving Friday at 8 a.m. to go to Indianapolis for the Royal Rumble. So glad that I don't have to do that now.
Yeah. Well, I still might make you do an instant reaction Thursday. I might go see Wolfman finally, but
Woof.
That's tentative right now. Go see Companion. Like this is a fun movie. Like it's you're gonna get good laughs. You're gonna have fun. You got good acting. Up and coming stars. Like you got there's nothing I got really bad per se to say
Yeah.
against it, except there's just nothing super duper groundbreaking. It's a pretty basic story, like Dustin's mentioned, but the acting is so good and it's so fun. Go see it. I
Yep.
enjoyed it.
It,
Dustin enjoyed it. Go check out Companion. It was a really good time.
for sure.